I've been getting a lot of questions lately about rat lungworm disease, so I thought I'd take a moment today to tell you all about it. Aloha everybody, Sean again with Homestead in Hawaii, coming to you from California today. I actually had some unexpected family events that led me to leave my home in Hawaii and come back here to California to take care of things. But I didn't want to leave you hanging. I wanted to make sure I get another video out this week. So I thought I'd talk to you about something that I can talk to you about from here, which is rat lungworm disease. I don't know if everyone's actually heard of it, but rat lungworm disease is becoming a problem on the Big Island. It's actually been a problem for the past few years, and it is a parasite that can cause paralysis. It can cause severe pain and nerve pain. It is a really nasty disease, and it's not something you want to get. Rat lungworm disease is actually a parasite that is spread by the feces of rats, which is then picked up by slugs, in our case, these semi-slugs in Hawaii. And that parasite is trapped inside the slug, and it gets ingested sometimes by people, especially when they're eating raw produce. And this is a problem that is pretty big in the Puna district on the island of Hawaii. It's also been found, I think, on Maui and Oahu now, and is something to be very concerned about. With proper vigilance, we can be able to live with this problem. So there's just a few things that you got to do to ensure that you don't contract rat lungworm disease of your own. And so one of the things that you want to do is to eliminate the slug problem. Eliminate the rats and the slugs. So kill as many rats as you can and kill as many slugs as you can. They don't belong in Hawaii, and they will just cause sickness and death. So I set traps regularly for rats, and on the moist nights, especially in the winter time, I'll come out and with a pair of tongs and a glass of salt water, and I will pick off slugs, especially around my water tank, and sometimes throughout the garden and bananas I'll find them, and I'll just pick off as many as I can, sometimes up to 10 to 20 a night. And I'll find them again the next night and the next night. There are so many. You could also get ducks. I used to have ducks, and I didn't notice them really going after the slugs too hard, but perhaps they can help. Centipedes, I know, eat slugs. That's one of their favorite foods, so it is a good idea not to kill off every centipede that you do see. Another thing that you can do to make sure that you don't get rat lung is to just stop eating raw greens. If you need to eat raw greens, buy it from the store and make sure it comes from the mainland, because I don't think any source of raw greens from Hawaii is safe at this point anymore. Now, what you can do instead is to just focus on cooking greens. If you want to eat local, just cook all your greens. We no longer grow lettuce at my place. We grow kale, we grow collards, we grow chard, whatever type of good eating cooking greens that we can find, we are growing it, and that's what we're eating. Lettuces, that's not something we really eat anymore. We are in a different climate here now, and lettuce really isn't a part of the tropics anyways. I know it's hard for some of you to think about getting rid of your fresh salads, but it is a lot better than excruciating pain and paralysis, isn't it? Now, for those of you with kids, you may be a little nervous. Like, they go around and they pick at produce and whatnot in the garden all the time. When my kids were little, I just trained them not to do that. I told them how important it was to wash everything and how to not just eat it right off the plant. In fact, we don't really grow food in our garden that can be eaten right off the plant. Fruit, we tend to eat fruit that has a rind that you don't eat. Most of the tropical fruits fit that category. Pineapple, mango, abu, they all have rinds that you don't eat, but it's always a good idea to wash it. And also those cooking greens, make sure you wash those first. Regardless, you don't want any sort of slug in your food, and that problem is those little tiny slugs. They get hidden in those little crevices and folds of the plants, and those are the ones that'll get you. So you want to be sure that you wash everything, and you know that'll keep you, your family, your ohana safe, and it'll ensure that you have a healthy long-term life here in the tropics, eating food from your own garden. Rat lungworm disease is scary, but it is something that we can mitigate. So make sure that you're vigilant, you kill those slugs, you wash your produce, you cook your greens, and you train your keiki on how to manage all of this as well. I'm sorry for this quick, short little video, but you know, this is something important to say, and it's something that I could share with you from the mainland here. And I hope to be back on island next week. It has been way too long out here in California. Till next time, ahui ho.